All right, we're back to Russ's informal cooking school. I got my apron, I got a glass of wine, I have a towel. I usually like to have a towel on me at all times, just for everything. Now, today we are gonna make some stir fry. Step one, figure out what's in there. Don't look up a recipe. That is way less fun. You're gonna eat it. You know what you like, just make it up as you go along. I'm gonna say we're gonna use a base of rice. So I've already cooked up some rice actually, just a small amount to be honest. I probably should cook more. I'm using jasmine rice. What I typically do is like a 2-to-1 water to rice ratio by volume. And I cook it with some salt and butter until it's tender, right? It's nothing super duper complicated. You can look up how to cook rice. Also, if you got a rice cooker, that's amazing. Everyone loves rice cookers, so that's a great idea. Next, I pulled out a bunch of vegetables. I have some celery, which I had just washed and was about to cut. I have some green onions, some green beans, some baby spinach. That is a yellow pepper. That's an avocado over there. Those are some onions, so that's mushrooms. And I have some carrots, which I've already cooked. Okay, so usually when I start, I would just start with like a mirepoix base, which is diced celery. Let me turn this down so you can see. Diced celery, onions, and other stuff. But since we're doing like an Asian style, we're not going to do that today. I'm going to cut off these stems and throw them off to the side, and then I'm going to split each of these pieces of celery. Typically, I use a pinch grip on the knife that's hold it like this, and you keep the side like that. So you can look this up. I think this is one of the, it's a pretty standard grip, of course, but affords a good amount of control. Notice, I tried cutting this in half, and I fucked up. So that's life. It's not gonna make that big of a deal. So, thing one, I've lined them up. Thing two, I'm curving my hand and using the blade against this. This is basic knife skills, and if you're unaware of how to do this stuff, you should look it up. I'm cutting a medium large. And if I was really great, all of these would be the same size. But I'm not really great, you know? And so they're slightly different sizes. And that does not bother me at all. You know why? Because doing things wrong is how you do them right. All right, so we got our celery. Oh, look at that, it smells beautiful. It tastes nice. It's nice and fresh. Now, I'm gonna put this off to the side. How are we gonna cook this stuff? Well, we're just gonna cook it in oil, we're gonna toss it. The celery is gonna go in, probably not first. Typically when I'm cooking something all in the same pot, I would put the things that take the longest to cook in first. Here are some green onions, and we're gonna do these just for flavor. Beauty. And we'll throw these in at the ends. All right. Now you may ask, what are these packages? What am I doing? Let's talk about storing your food. First thing is, get too many Ziploc bags. Always have too many Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags are like the most useful thing ever. They are the best. So what I would typically do with a package like this, I would close it up. I have rubber bands and other things, but for example here, I'm just gonna close it up properly, or simply. I'm gonna put it inside this Ziploc bag. I am going to seal it, i.e. close it. And what I usually do is I just write on the bag the date I opened it. This way I know how long it's been in the fridge, how fresh it is, whether I should toss it out, keep it, and just get a sense of the shelf life of a lot of these things. So again, always keep a pen in your thing. Today is 5/6, I think. And voila. Now the celery is obviously much larger and it's more difficult to put in a, in a Ziploc bag that doesn't even fit. So I would probably put it in an airtight container, of which I have several, but I'll put it off to the side for now. Great. And I brought this paper towel here to show you. One, there are two things you can never have enough of in your kitchen. One is paper towels, and two is Ziploc bags. Usually when I store fruit in the fridge, I put a paper towel in the bag with it. That stops, that basically will suck up any of the condensation, and it's the moisture that leads to everything going bad. Okay, so here are these green onions. What am I gonna do? I'm going to wash them. Simply just give it a rinse. Easy peasy, done. You can't see this off camera, and I wish you could, but you know. Then I'm just gonna dry them off a little bit because, you know, wet vegetables are not as fun as dry vegetables. Now, here's a little secret. We want the flavor to stay inside the thing, inside the herb. How do we do that? Well, one thing is that we want to use a really sharp knife. I usually don't use these, but a lot of people do. I want to use a really sharp knife. Now, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the I don't know if you can see these, that the board is clean. The knife cuts through. You don't want to macerate them because that will take the flavor out. So, sharp knife, small cuts, and just go ahead and slice through these. This is probably a lot more green onion than I would want. Okay, notice we have, it smells amazing. God, it smells so good. All right, cool. So we got this, and I'm gonna go ahead. All right, my rice is done / burnt, so turn that off. And notice how my cuts aren't perfect. And, you know, there's some bad technique in there in the end. That's totally fine. But the great thing is my knife was sharp enough and my board, cutting board, is not green. That means the flavor is in here. And oh boy, you should smell this. Green onion. Amazing. Now I'm stirring my rice. Usually I like to use a wood utensil for that. And then the other thing I do is taste it. Always taste while you're eating when you're cooking. Sorry, always taste what you're cooking. It is delicious. A little bit too salty. I put maybe a little bit too much salt in the water. I like to cook my rice with salt and butter. And so, here we are. We got some vegetables. Now, the spinach we'll put at the end because the spinach will wilt in there and it'll be, you know, small. We could cut it, but we're not going to. We have these green beans. Let's go ahead and take a look. I am going to toss about half of these in the colander. All right, a lot of green beans, that's good. All right. Now, I usually just pack this stuff up right as I use it, because it gets it out of the way. And if you kind of clean as you cook, it is pleasant. So I put a little paper towel in there to soak up any water, putting it in a Ziploc, I'm labeling the date, and I'm throwing it back in my fridge. Amazing. All right. Pro tip, put your vegetables in your main shelf, the one that is at eye level for you. When you open your fridge, the first thing you can see are your vegetables. Because the more you see them, the more likely you are to cook with them. The easier they are to reach, the more likely they are to be used. If you want to promote vegetable eating, make it really easy to eat vegetables. It's nothing crazy here, but here's what I'm saying. Something that I wanted to do to increase my vegetable intake was every morning cut some fresh veggies, just like celery, carrots, etc., and put them in a like a cup on my coffee table, like a fruit basket, you know? Basically a fruit basket with vegetables. And that way, even if I didn't want to eat them in the morning, I would like feel bad because they would go to waste at the end of the day, so I'd end up eating them. And like it would be the first thing I could grab to munch on. Okay, how are we gonna do these green beans? I think I want them pretty long. I think they're gonna be like the texture. And maybe I'll just cut these into thirds. Yeah, that's fine. All right, now what level of cook do we want for these? Just a little bit, actually. We don't want them to be too cooked. They're perfectly edible now. These are great. Oh my gosh, these are gonna be so good. They're fucking delicious. Oh my God, do I even need to cook these? Can I just eat all this stuff raw? Okay. So, we got our green beans. We got our celery. Here's this pepper, which I started the other day but didn't finish. Pro pepper tip. Well, I actually don't know if I can do it, but pro pepper tip. People like doing this, where they like cut it in a circle or something, and it leaves all the pith in there. I actually have not figured out how to do this quite right, but this is one way. Okay, so this white stuff, this is the pith. You don't want to eat this. So you just take it out with your knife, get rid of it. Also, make sure you have a sharp knife. It will make your life so much better. Cool. So we took that out. Now we don't eat the seeds either, so we take those out. Boom, 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 boom. We'll wipe these down. Grab these seeds, put them in the little channel or whatever. And now let's go ahead and just give these a cut. They are juicy. They smell amazing. Sometimes they don't separate all the way because you don't cut all the way through. But my God, they're so fucking good. Yo, vegetables are awesome. I don't know why people hate vegetables. They're really great. Okay, so there's all the stuff we don't eat, right? This goes into our compost heap. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a compost heap, I just threw that away. But for those of you who do have a compost heap. All right. So now, we got our pepper. I actually just wanna fucking eat this. I actually also feel like it'd be so weird to find this in my stir fry that I wanna just put this whole chunk in there. So I'm gonna do that just for the lols. Okay, now our tray's getting a little full, so we can move this stuff to a different place. The mixing bowl that I would usually put it in is full, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab these. All right. Green beans over here. Amazing. All right, the peppers here. Second thing you can't have too many of is like jars, you know? Notice I'm not freaking out if some of it gets into the wrong, place. It's NBD. Oh my gosh. Huh. I have a thing for this that I like to use. I also just like to use this item in general. So I like to use it for cutting and stuff like that. Okay, so now we have everything separated. Doesn't that look like a little cooking show? Look at this cute stuff, you know? Look at that. We didn't start like planning it like this, but it just ended up like that. So cool. All right. Let's get all that good stuff in the right place. And let's celebrate. We just like cut a bunch of vegetables and tried them, and they tasted good, and like, it's a pretty good shot. We're gonna eat this stuff. And that is something to celebrate with. I'm gonna have some wine. Gotta celebrate while you're doing stuff. Because life, you know? All right. So, what is next? We got these onions, and we got these mushrooms, and this avocado. This avocado I'm not gonna cook. I'm gonna put it in at the end. It's on a lot of avocado, it's fine. Next, I am going to grab some onions. And how do we want to do these onions? You know, we have a lot of like long stick things. Just for contrast, just for fun, let's make these flat. All right, so I got 3 onions in here. I'm gonna peel them. How do you peel onions? Look, I really don't know the right way to peel onions, but I just cut off one of the ends and then grab a hold and pull. That is my method. And when I say my method, it's not really method. I'm just doing what I need to do to get the skin off. Fucking method, that's next level. We're not professionals. We don't need methods. We just do what we do. We don't need to be official. We don't need to write books on it. We don't need to make YouTube videos about it. We just need to eat. That's optional too. It's not really optional. All right, so in ancient days, people used to spend basically 6 to 8 hours a day gathering food and eating. Like, basically life was all about food. That was the main thing. Now we can get food with almost no effort, and it's kind of crazy, kind of weird. We're both lucky about that, and have to find something to fill the existential meaninglessness of life now that we have our basic needs met. So if you look at animals in the animal kingdom, they spend all their time getting food. They don't have problems being like, oh, midlife crisis, what do I do? They're like, all I know is I need to eat to survive, and that's life. Cool. Notice this onion is a weird double onion, which I'm super into. I'm super duper into it, actually. Cool. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna get a mandolin for this. All right. Let's see. You know what? Maybe I could make a show called Philosophy Cooking or something, and I just talk about all the self-help shit that I read, and, you know, all the nonfiction, and just synthesize it into cooking-related things. For example, small batch manufacturing. This is a very classic startup thing where it says, look, it makes sense to like do things in batches, right? You're like, okay, well, let me, you know, put the dishes in the sink and then I'll wash all of them at the same time. That makes sense if you have like 4 dishes, but it doesn't if you have like 400 dishes because your sink's not big enough. And like, it's dumb. Anyways, I'm tired of thinking now. I have a whole analogy, but it like honestly just feels like a lot of work, so. Here is a mandolin. I have actually never used this mandolin, but I have it. And so let's give it a whirl. See what happens. Okay. So, first thing we want to do, we want to put our item here. And, well, actually, that's not the first thing we want to do. First thing we want to do is figure out how thick we want it. And I think we want it pretty thick. Ooh, 1/8 of an inch? That is, oh, that's serrated. Okay. Oh, wow. So I could have used this on the celery, maybe. This actually would have been really cool. Okay. This is my thing. This is the 1/8 of an inch here. Got this. I'm putting some pressure on it. And let's see if this works. Okay. Kind of worked. Okay, cool. It kind of does work. All right. Let's see how this goes. That's a little hard. Wow. Okay. Cool. That was weird, but I'm into it. I'm actually really, really into the double onion. I wonder how that's gonna be. Et voila. Okay. Cool. Basically onion rings, huh? Double onion time. Let's see what happens. Oh, you know, this is like that second layer, outside second layer. It's fine. Sometimes I don't love that. Cool, right? Oh, it's a little too big, even. I'm using like a pretty decent amount of force on this, so maybe I could, ooh, that does look fun. All right, we got our onions, they're sliced. I'm gonna rinse this mandolin. I always rinse the stuff we use right afterward because it's like so much easier. Also, I usually just put stuff that needs to be dishwashed right into the sink. It's a lot easier. All right, now let's get another bowl for these onions. You know, actually, the onions and the onions are gonna go in over there. Just gonna toss them in this colander. Just gonna go ahead and put these in here. Amazing. And these in here. Now, we're gonna put all this into our stir fry. And the question is, how are our proportions? Do we have too much rice? We definitely have a lot of onion. And it'll wither and get smaller, but still, it's a lot of onion. I think too much onion, not enough celery. And I could do some more green beans as well, because they are kind of awesome. And we'll definitely want a lot of rice. But let's not worry about that now. Here are the mushrooms, and I fucking love mushrooms, so I'm gonna use all of them. Now, a fun trick with mushrooms when you're cooking them is to steam them in a hot pan with some water, which actually works really well, and then finish them with oil or butter. Usually I do it with oil and butter the whole way through, but if you start with water, it actually ends up cooking really fast and staying pretty juicy. It's basically like they get steamed, you know? So I just put these in the colander and rinse them. And they're already pre-cut, so we're happy with this. Great. So, I don't know, that took what, 20 minutes? We just hung out, talked, cut some vegetables, drank some wine. Obviously, it doesn't need to take that long, depending on, you know, what you're doing and who you're doing it with. But here's our vegetables. We got our spinach. Put this mandolin away. And further. Should I just take a bite of this? Oh my gosh. Juicy and delicious. Okay, cool. Now, how do we make stir fry? I have no idea. But I think I'm just gonna put all of those vegetables into this pan. That pan is too small. Let's take a look at the pans we got. Perfect. 9-inch saute pan with flat sides. Oh my gosh, I have this griddle too. I could put on this griddle if I wanted. Then I'm gonna throw some rice in. And ooh, what is this jar? Oh, that's my stainless steel. Okay. And throw the carrots in there. And I think that should be that. Should I slice the carrots at all? No. Should we add some potatoes? No. Should we make some more rice? Yeah, that we should do. Let's make some more rice. Alrighty. So, we're over here, and we're gonna make some rice. Not crazy complicated. First thing, get a pot. Second thing, boil water. This is a kettle. Kettles are the best. Always use a kettle to boil water because it is way more time and energy efficient. Great. I'm gonna boil that water, and also here are our carrots. Ooh. So I'm gonna take these out. Just gonna use my hand because the water's not hot anymore. It's a little hot. Alright. Amazing. And I'm gonna dump out the rest of this water. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this pan because it's salty water and it's just easier to get with the salt after this. Alright. So, this is our existing rice. This is gonna be more rice. And I'm gonna move some of these pans out of the way because great. What next? Is this the lid? This is not the lid. Get the lid because we want to keep our rice covered. See? Great. Now let's keep a towel on you. Towel hand. All right. Let's take a look at our vegetables again. Okay, tighten this up. Great. And here are our carrots. Notice they are sitting in a puddle because they were wet. So I'm just gonna wipe this down. Towel. And dry it off with a paper towel. Cool. And are we making a mess? Yes. Do we care? Yeah, we care. We want to make a mess. If we don't make a mess, they're doing it wrong. So there's this theory in creativity and creativity research that says if a place is too clean, people don't feel comfortable enough to make mistakes. They don't feel like they can take things and put them into disorder. And the act of creation is messy. It leads to disorder. And so I actually strive to make sure that my place is just a little bit messy, because I don't want it to feel rigid. I want to make sure I can still, make a mess and not feel bad about it. Now, these carrots, a little too soft, but I don't know how I want to cook them. I don't know how I want to cut them. And I think I'm actually just going to leave them like this. It's nice and fat. And it'll be like a sweet potato almost, because they're so soft. Like these, like that. Cool. And voila, done. All right, so we'll throw this in there and it'll get flavored at the end. Amazing. So now we have all of our vegetables ready to go. Green beans, celery, green onions, yellow pepper, white onion, mushrooms, carrots, spinach. Now, our water is almost boiling. And this is the point where we're gonna decide on sauce profiles. All right, follow me. So one of the reasons I'm making stir fry today is because my house guest, while I was away, left me a shelf full of sauces. Oh, this is my fridge, by the way. Yogurt's up at the top, some baking soda, liquids over here. Behind the liquids are all the sauces. Vegetables in the middle, of course. Vegetable tray. Ooh. Should we eat this? Yeah? Yeah, I think we should. Especially because we have a mandolin and it's so easy. Oh, there's some fresh ginger. We're definitely gonna want some of that. Okay. So we got some ginger. So anyways, I said we're here because we want to figure out our flavor profile. And there's a lot of sauces behind this. A lot of random Asian sauces. That's just soy sauce. What is this? Shinkyang vinegar, teriyaki sauce, shoyu, mirin. This is sesame oil, Japanese sesame oil, and minced garlic. We're gonna use fresh garlic. And we do want something a little vinegary. Maybe we'll do banana peppers. I have so many empty jars of banana peppers. Jalapeno slices, not banana pepper rings. Maybe I just want the flavor of this. Dill pickles. Let's say we're gonna do some jalapeno slices because that seems fun. And maybe some. Oh, actually, I have all these olives. I feel like I've opened this jar and I haven't eaten them, so we're gonna do that too. I think this is fig spread, bouillon cubes. It's garlic. Okay, great. What else do we have in here? We have some pretty intense hot sauces, ginger dressing, mirin. Oh my God, I just have so many Asian sauces. Well, I guess now I have so many Asian sauces. Signature harissa. Ooh. Look, this is too much stuff and I don't want to do the explore process right now, so we're gonna just grab mirin, gochujang, and grab the soy sauce. I have a shoyu, which is interesting than the soy sauce. Great. Okay, we got some stuff for our flavor profile. Next thing is we have shallots and garlic. So let's go ahead and get those set up. And really, I'm just having fun here. I'm just like picking shit out, being like, ooh, shallots, why not? Ooh, fresh ginger, yeah, cool. Because that's basically what it is. And I'm looking at this stuff with all the proportions that we have, and I know it's gonna be really fucked up. But who cares? All right, now let's take a pause. Our water's done boiling. Let's go put it in. Like, I'm gonna do a whole cup of rice. There's probably too much rice in it. That's definitely too much rice, but we'll see. All right. You know what? We'll do a cup and a half. Okay. Great. Amazing. I have plenty of rice. Rice is cheap. It's really okay if you make extra rice. You know, that being said, let's make it 2 cups. Why? I don't know. Have I ever made this much rice at the same time? No. Does it matter? I don't know. So, usually I measure the amount of water, but this time I'm not going to. I'm just going to make sure that there's like what we call like 2 fingers of extra water above it. And that looks about right. Cool. Now, let's bring you over here and take a look. We got our rice, boiling water, right? Because our kettle was hot, so it was already there. And now there's some salt. Make sure that you have salt right next to your stove. Usually it's called a salt pig when you have one of these. And then we're gonna throw a couple pinches in. So we used about, I don't know, half a liter. I'm gonna put a 3-finger pinch, another 3-finger pinch, and a third 3-finger pinch. Why so much salt? Salt increases the boiling point of water, which means that the water is gonna be hotter, which means that the rice is gonna cook faster. That's one thing. 2, that salty water is gonna get absorbed into the rice because of the different concentration of solutes, chemistry stuff, right? And then the rice is gonna be a little salty, which is good. Everyone loves a little bit of salt, right? So we put the water in, and I like to put just a little bit of butter. Just a pat of butter. Just a pat of butter. Alrighty. Here's this thing. I'm going to just bring you over here. Show you my pat of butter. Man, if I didn't have to work the camera, this would be great. Okay. Let's say about this much. More than it is. Boop, boop, boop. This is unsalted. I'm going to throw that in there. And give it a little bit of a stir. Now, honestly, I don't know if putting the butter in actually does anything. I just have started doing it and it doesn't seem to hurt, so whatever. Like legit, I could like look it up, I just haven't, or I just won't. So now we're gonna turn the heat way down. We want our rice to simmer. Oh, by the way, FYI, we were supposed to wash the rice and we forgot to. Typically, you put the rice just in a bowl, throw some water in there and rinse it. And that is kind of important. So we could do two things. One, not care. Two, empty out this water and put new water in. Let's empty out the water, you know? Because whatever. All right, so I'm gonna grab this. I'm using the pot. I'm using the pot lid. Can you see this? Yeah. So you'd like to use the pot lid. First, I'll make sure there's nothing that's gonna flood the oil like over there. I do not want that to die. I'm just gonna do this and empty this water. Solute in all. Whoops. And we'll pretend like that was a wash. All right. Let's put it back on. Let's make sure we have our boiling water. Let's get our salt and our butter. Well, the salt is probably still in there, so it's actually gonna be really complicated. When I say really complicated, I mean, who cares? All right, put some more water in there. And notice it is just about simmering. Okay, so I'm gonna do something really weird. I wanna know how much salt is in there. So I'm literally just gonna fucking taste this water. Obviously, give it a second to cool down. I'm tasting raw rice water. Why? I don't know. Okay. There's basically very little salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more pinches in there. 2-finger pinch, 2-finger pinch, 2-finger pinch. Great. Now we got some salts. Let's stir it around a little bit. And let's go back and get that butter. Great, it's right here. The best part about doing things twice is that you might already have what you need. Voila, let's make sure there's no paper on it. Great, and throw that in there. We'll let it simmer down and we will cook this rice covered. Remember, simmering, this is the most important thing. We don't want the water to evaporate out. We want it to simmer. Simmer means there should be like a bubble or two popping up to the top every once in a while. This is more than a simmer. We're gonna lower it down a little bit. Okay, notice that butter is melting. Give it another stir. Okay, so if the lid is off, water will evaporate. The lid is on, water will not evaporate. Now we want some water to evaporate, sure, but we want it also to be absorbed into the rice. Like something's going to evaporate and you can't do much about that. All right, this is still a little bit aggressive. I'm gonna turn it down just a little more and that should be fine. It's not like a perfect science, as in the point of the simmer is we want it to be hot like it's boiling water, but we don't want the water to evaporate. Yeah, that makes sense? So it's not like super complicated, but that's the idea. Great, alrighty. Now we have this, which is gonna go in with these. This will go in at the same time. I'm putting the carrots in with the celery because they both don't need to cook for very long and I will put them in at the same time. Same with the spinach and the green onions. Actually, maybe I'll put the green onions in really early so that the flavors can leach into the oil. All right. Now, I'm gonna put this butter back. And let's work on those shallots and garlic. So, here's some garlic. I am going to open this clove. Okay, our water's still a little hot. This head of garlic. I believe that's what it's called. I think it's called a head of garlic. Okay, cool. Separate the real garlic from the garbage. And throw this in our bio. Sorry, bio as in organic or compost. And I'm going to just go ahead and clean up the rest of this. All right, now, what do you do with garlic? Well, typically you smash it with the flat side of a knife. Once it's crushed like this, you can pull out the skin very easily, right? Otherwise, it's a pain in the fucking ass, to be honest. Okay, then typically we cut off the little head, this part, voila. Okay, this is garbage, this is food, yeah? And so we just go ahead and do that for all of these cloves. I mean, we could also do whole roasted garlic, which would be fucking dope, but that's pretty aggressive. We'll start with this. When I say start with this, I think we will do this. Why? Yeah, because I said so. That is how cooking works. We just get to make shit up as we go along. We have agency. One of the most important things to getting good at anything is having psychological safety. That means we need to be okay of looking stupid, of saying things that are stupid, of doing things that are stupid, and be totally okay with whatever happens. Only then can we actually perform at our best, when we are confident and fearless. But you don't have to be, blustering confident like people in TV shows or corporate settings are, right? Quiet confidence. There's this idea in meditation that is called quiet confidence, essentially. We're not overcompensating for anything. We're okay. We're happy with who we are. And that sense of self-possessiveness, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Being able to be aware of your life and control your actions and all that. That's just really, that's the goal. So, cooking is relatively meditative sometimes. And it's a place where we should feel comfortable and confident and okay with making mistakes. We're not trying to get Michelin stars here. We're not, to be honest, I'm the only one who's going to eat this food. Obviously it's different for many people, but I'm literally the only person who's going to eat this food, I think. But maybe I'll just eat it to something else, just for fun. So, anyways, these are some things that I think are important for improvement. Being fearless. Being aware. Right now I'm talking to you, but really where my head is I'm smelling the garlic. I'm just here smelling this garlic. And feeling my fingers get gooey in the garlic sauce or the garlic secretions, I don't know. And I'm just kind of here right now, So, we've extracted our garlic from the skins. Here's a few more. And how are we gonna cook it? Are we gonna mince it? Are we gonna mash it? What's the deal? I have no idea. Let's start with a whole bunch of oil. Oh, I looked at our pot of water and it's boiling, not simmering, so I turned it down a little more. That is actually a really, what's the word? That's a strong stovetop, so I'm gonna move it to a weaker stovetop. I don't know how we're gonna do that, you just do it, because whatever, it seems like it makes sense. So, did that. And let's finish up the rest of this garlic. These are like the little tiny bits I am really like. Probably wouldn't do this in real life. This is real life, but still. Okay, what are we gonna do with the garlic? I don't know. Should we throw it in first? Should we throw it in later? Should we throw it in whole? Should we mince it? Honestly, let's throw it in whole before into the oil. And then we'll just pull out all the flavor from that. Like if you put stuff with flavor that is oil-based in oil, the oil will extract and absorb it. And so then your oil, which essentially kind of covers everything at some point, just in context, will distribute that flavor evenly. So that's kind of how that part works. So now we have shallots. Dude, I have literally like never used a shallot. I don't even know what the fuck a shallot is. I mean, it's like an onion, but it has like a different type of flavor. Supposedly an interesting flavor. So I'm gonna put this and the garlic in early on. Oops. That was both too deep and not deep enough. Oh my god. Peeling this thing's up. Pain. Alright. Got our shallots. And let's just smell it. Let's legit just fucking taste it. This is a vegetable, man. Whoa. Whoa. Woo! Woo! Whoa! It's too intense! Oh my god, raw shallots! Oh my god! That's wild! Woo! Wow, it's like spicier than an onion too. It's just like, alright, that is something. I'm gonna pull up this mandolin again. Let's go ahead and dry it off because it's wet. Okay. That was something. Like, I knew it wasn't a good idea to do that, but like, you know? Like, what are you gonna say no? To like to tasting the thing that you've never tasted? All right, so we're gonna do this one really thin. All right. And look at that. Wow, look at that. That's cool, huh? It's really cool. All right, that's fine. We don't need to do this last bit. Cool. All right, rinsing it off, putting it back in the sink. I should just wash it at this point. Just like, it'll take 5 seconds, and then it'll be out of the sink. So I'm gonna do that. Because it'll take 5 seconds, and it'll be out of the sink. All right. Amazing. Amazing. All right, there's the mandolin. And now I think we're ready to go. Quick game plan. We're gonna throw this in. Then we're gonna throw this in. And then we're gonna let that simmer about for a bit. Then we're gonna throw this in. These are the mushrooms. And then the onions. Sorry, mushrooms, green beans, onions, green peppers, sorry, yellow peppers. These, the carrots and celery, and then we'll top it with green onions. Oh, wait, I forgot about this cucumber. Oh, I totally want this. Okay, let's go ahead and rinse it. Easy does it. Got ourselves a nice rinsed cucumber. Look at all these vegetables, man. I'm gonna be so fucking healthy after this. I'm gonna be like Popeye. It's legit. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we are going to use our this thing. So I usually use the OXO Good Grips products. I find them to be aesthetically pleasing and reasonably good quality. They're not like the highest quality, but they're good enough. And their only downside is that they are pretty pricey. So I don't think their like price to value ratio is quite right, but look, I just said I will accept this trade-off and never have to decide which type of thing I will get my kitchen implement from. They all just come from the same place, and I never think about it. And I could have probably saved, I don't know, $150, but I would have had to think. All those little thinks in little places. And if you can pay money to reduce the amount of thinking you have to do, always do it if your job is to think. Great. And now here, God, fuck. I don't even want to stir fry this. I just want to eat it. It smells so good. Should I just put these in at the end? Like, oh my God, it feels like summer. Oh, I want to make cucumber juice out of that. I want to make ice cream out of it, like a mint cucumber. I want to put it in a smoothie. My God, that's so good. Wow. Fucking into it. All right. Now, how are we gonna eat this? Can we do it flat, or should we do it like this? Like a julienne? You can eat cucumber skins, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know. So I don't know why we washed it if we're gonna cut it anyways. Let's see. Should we just go medium thickness on this thing? Beauty. All right, so now we're getting close to the bottom, and so we switch to this little mandolin thing so we don't kill ourselves, / slice our fingers off. And we're done. Amazing. Oh, I feel like I just want to make a salad with this. Gosh, look at all, why am I gonna ruin this by making it oily stir fry? These vegetables are amazing. Oh my God. All right. Let's check out our rice. See that? That's boiling, not simmering, which is why the water's mostly gone. We went too high. I even switched to the lower burner, but it was too high. So, obviously still plenty of water in there, but it looks nice and thick. There's a lot of rice, yeah. All right, let's stir occasionally. Probably need to add a little bit of water, and let's try it. Always try what. Yeah, so it needs maybe like 10 more minutes, maybe. Salt level is correct. I'm gonna boil just a little more water and then add that in. All right. So things are looking pretty good so far. I'm surprised it's been 54 minutes. I'm actually really surprised. I've been having fun. It feels like it's been 20. Cool. This wine is really good still. Okay, boiling just a little more water. Turning this down just a little more. Okay, now we have our cucumbers. I'm gonna put them over on this side. We have our shallots. Yummy, 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 yummy. Have our garlic, and our spinach. You know, we could put some fish in this thing. Just saying. Got a little protein going. I wouldn't mind it. So I am grabbing a microplane. This is basically just a zester. And I'm going to zest a little bit of garlic. I've actually literally never zested garlic before. Oh, it smells amazing. Do I need to peel the ends first? Is that how this works? No, right? That's cool. This is cool. Oops. Alright. Piece of garlic. My boiling water is going. My simmering thing is simmering. Cool. Rinsing this garlic off. Sorry, garlic. I meant ginger. I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I've literally never used fresh ginger. Am I even supposed to get rid of the skin? Okay, Google, how do you prepare ginger?
On the website bbcgoodfood.com, they say to get a gingery flavor without the fibrous pieces, either cut the ginger into larger pieces that you then remove before serving or grate the ginger for a more intense flavor. Scraping the ginger is the best way to avoid wastage, while blocking allows you to cut neater shapes like julienne.
That didn't really help me that much. So, but what I did here is that, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna toss this. Okay, and then, look, who says you need more than one tool in the kitchen, right? Fuck the microplane. We're gonna use this, and this, and this. Okay, did that work? I mean, kind of. Will we get a lot of flavor out of that? I mean, I think we will. So, all right. I was thinking, you know, like minced or something, but maybe this is the move. Who cares? This is probably also too much ginger. Let's not use that. Just these. Even though that's also so probably too much. And they're too thick. Who cares? Who cares? All right. Time to start cooking, yeah? Our rice still needs a minute or so, a few minutes. Okay, it is simmering, and now let's hop over here. So, how are we gonna do this? I think if I put you in this corner, you might get a reasonable view. Also, maybe that won't be what happens. And actually, instead, I will just get my phone covered in oil. But let's fucking find out. Okay, just want to make sure my simmer is going. And here is our pan. down, make sure we get the hair off of it. This will stay here. And before we start cooking, I'm just gonna clean stuff up, you know? I just love to get everything nice and secured. Before I start, I'm not gonna use this carbon fiber pan. That's what the plan, but no more. All right, putting these onions away. Maybe we'll do some sweet potatoes tomorrow. Now that I use this mandolin, maybe I can make some French fries. Oh, I kind of want to do that now. Not French fries, but potato chips. What if I shallow fried potato? Okay, whatever. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, try to microplane the instead. Get some down the mandolin. Take that out of the way. Cool. And we only use 1 shallot. Let's do some more. And just a little hunk of ginger. But yeah, we could have used more. Okay. Ginger going in the plastic bag. This typically doesn't need a paper towel, and in fact, it typically doesn't need a plastic bag either. If I remember correctly, it's like better just to let it breathe. But I'm gonna burn that. Now, question is, lemons, limes? Do we want those? Almost certainly. Some lemon zest can go a long way, but now we have been doing this for quite some time. This video is over an hour long, so. All right. Now, the problem is that I want to put my exhaust fan on, and it's going to be so loud I won't be able to hear anything. So, I'm not really sure what to do about that. This thing is not even going to be big enough for all the vegetables we got. We got so many vegetables. All right, step 1, canola oil. I use canola oil because it has a pretty high smoke point. It's relatively cheap, but it's relatively all right for you. Now, it looks like Shira has used all my canola oil, because that's what friends are for. So, I'm going to do a quick refill on this. Here is a funnel, here is a bottle. Oh my gosh, I'm tasteless too. What do we do with this thing? I just dropped it. What? Here I am, struggling to open a bottle. I'm going to turn this off while I do that. Odd. Okay, well, go ahead and try to open this, but I can't because it's split. So, grabbing a paper towel, wiping out the top, and there we go. Nice and open. Now, you're just pouring this into here. It's pretty easy. The one talent I actually have is pouring things into other things. I was born to do it. And do you know why I say that? Because the only criteria for being able to pour things into other things is confidence. You have to go quickly. That's the secret. If you're tentative at all, the fluid won't move like you expect it to. So it actually, literally science-wise, you just need to move in a confident way. All right, it looks like this lid is loose. So much so that it makes me think that Cher dropped it, and that's where all my canola oil went. I have a backup which I will now put in here. There we go, that's much better. Nice and tight. Okay. Do a lot of that. Trying to get the lid to stay flush, which it is not quite doing. Perhaps I need to oil it. Oil here. Let's see if I'm missing it. Voila! Oh no, actually, it's still not totally. Not bad. Doesn't leak. Not bad. Like for yeah. All right. Usually I cook without my watch on, just to make life a little bit easier. And we are cooking. Literally, we are cooking now. I wish I could check the sound to see if you could hear/see anything, but that seems problematic. So, because of the exhaust fan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open this thing up. And let's see, maybe this, I mean, probably the other side would be less in the way. I'm right-handed, but blocked that much. All right, cool. Anyways, here we are. We got our oil heating up. And, I didn't use that much oil, but we are going to need a lot of oil. It's stir fry after all. Yeah. So this is maybe a quarter cup of oil. Pretty significant. I have these headphones on, and I don't know why I have them on. I don't know if this is like recording or not. So I am going to just take them off. And if we lose the video and lose the sound, then who cares? All right, so notice, the oil is shimmering. When it starts to shimmer and coat the bottom of the pan like that, it is ready. This is way more important for stainless steel pans, but either way, we're gonna do that. Now, make sure you're wearing your apron, make sure you don't burn yourself, and step one is tossing in this garlic. This silly plan of using full fucking garlic. Alright, we love that. So that sizzle is water being drawn out of the vegetable. When water hits oil, it sizzles. You notice when the oil was hot, it wasn't doing anything. But now the water is there. And since the water boils at a way lower temperature than the oil heats the water, and then it wants to boil right away. So, now notice we have some brown bits in here. That happens because the small bits of garlic will burn if it's too hot, which, like, basically it is. So maybe I shouldn't have done that right away, but it's not like burn, it's just, it's just there. Okay, so now we have garlic, and garlic is sizzling, the oil is browning, and so what some Indian people will do is they pull it out at this point, which actually I think I'm gonna do too. The flavor's been imparted, And the longer it's in there, the more likely it is it's going to burn. And if it burns, it's going to impart some bad flavors. And so, let's just go ahead and grab them. Like, I'm just making it up as we go along. It smells really good though. What do I want? I want a plate for my used garlic. And maybe we'll throw it back in at the end, so it's probably like tasty. Now, don't get ahead of yourself and try to taste this oil. Alright, next thing that goes in there is the mushrooms. Wow, you can really smell it. It's pretty nice. Alright, now we're going to scoop them around, make sure everything is nicely covered in oil. Let that shrink a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cover this to keep the moisture that comes out of the mushrooms in there. Why? I don't know, I just made it up. Thought that would be a thing. Feels like a thing. No. And voila. It does smell really good, huh? Let's check on our rice. Oh, I forgot that is hot. Use a towel. Pop it open. Ooh, this rice is looking fucking good. First thing is I'm gonna give it a nice stir. It's feeling good too. That's a lot of rice. All right. Now. Yep, that's perfect. So, what we're gonna do, stir it around a little bit, turn the heat off, and let it sit. That rice is gonna get mixed in with the stir fry at the end. Great. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the other burner. Get out of my way. We do have 2 pots of rice, which is kind of goofy, huh? Woo! We got this. Wow. Oh, it smells amazing. Can you smell that? God, I want to eat. Oops. I want to eat that. I actually am going to eat a little piece of it just to see how it is. Holy fuck, it's so good. It's like crispy. I'm throwing that back in again. That's so good. It's like a garlic potato chip. Oh my god, that is fucking good. Holy shit. Holy shit. Did you know that deep fried garlic was that good? And it's not like too strong to eat. It like basically took out all the flavor. Wow. Garlic chips. I did not know that was a thing. Alright, my heat was a little low here. So the question is, when you put in seasonings, salt, herbs, stuff like that. Answer? I don't know. I'm gonna put it in now. Three pinches. Okay. We mix that. Let's put in some crushed red pepper. I like putting it in oil. Oh shit! That was a lot. I like putting it in the oil, so that way it extracts the flavors out. Okay, it was a lot, so you know it's gonna be spicy, but luckily we have like 1,000 more ingredients to go, so the volume is quite a lot. It's really not that big of a deal. All right, so next, what else do we have? We could put in a bay leaf and maybe a little bit of cinnamon. My babies. Bingo. One bay leaf right into the oil. Usually put that bay leaf in something like water or whatever, but like, you know. Right. Okay. Obviously, we should be putting lots of interesting seasonings in here, but I am not doing that because, you know, I don't know how to make Asian food. Allspice is probably a good add, and cinnamon. I have some fresh cinnamon sticks here. Ah, whole black peppercorns. Yes, that is actually what I wanted. All right, it's getting a little hot, so I'm gonna open the window. Oh wait, I can't because it's covered in garbage. So, putting a small handful of peppercorns in there. Hopefully, this doesn't all taste like butt. All right, so it actually looks like the mushrooms are pretty ready. I'm going to pull one out and taste it. As always, taste as you go. Oh, you know what? I also forgot that I wanted to put the shallots in first. But they're so thinly done, I think they would have burned. So, there are the shallots. Probably going to want to add some more oil. Okay. And is a whole cinnamon stick in the cards for today? The answer is yes, because it smells really good. Take this. Can't really break it in two, but I wanted to. I'm gonna throw that in there. Okay. So those are things. And let me try this mushroom. It tastes so fucking good, you have no idea. Holy shit. That is so fucking good. Holy shit! How did this end up so good? Oh my god, it's so good. Even the red pepper is just right. Oh my god. Wow. Yo, fresh garlic is always 1,000 times better than bottled or minced garlic. Don't let anyone tell you that it's an acceptable replacement. They are two different products, basically. All right, so I should have thrown these in a little earlier because the mushrooms are still, you know, in the pot, right? I don't really want them to cook that much more. I'm gonna close the lid, and I'm gonna mix it all around. So we got the shallots, we got the mushrooms. Oh my god. And these, I'm gonna try some of the ginger now. I wonder if the ginger's good. It's pretty good. There's still a lot of flavor in there. Wow, there's still a lot of flavor in there. Yeah, I gotta go a lot thinner on the ginger to take all the flavor out. But that's really good. I'm gonna eat all these garlic flakes before we even get there. I kinda wanna throw like a teaspoon of water in here. Just to, like, you're not supposed to mix water and oil, right? But I wanna put a teaspoon of water, let's say a tablespoon of water, just to get steam in here. This will help wilt the onions. So, it didn't sizzle, which worries me. It is really hot in here though, so I'm gonna open my window. Oh. Do you know what would also be fucking great in there? Cashews. I'm gonna throw them in now. Maybe they'll end up being fucking fire. But maybe they took a little once. Awesome. These. Oh my god, it smells so good. Holy shit, it smells so good. Okay. I'm gonna throw these green beans in there now. They basically don't need to cook, but there anyways. We have peanuts. That's absurd. Absurd, I tell you. You can't find the cashews. And I know what happened. I'm gonna throw these cranberries in there, just for a little bit of sweetness. Remember my water idea? I'm actually gonna go put a lot of water in it now. Let's see what happens. Like, this is one of the scary parts because everything tastes so good that the only way to go is down. The only thing that's gonna happen is me ruining this dish. I'm also out of space in the pot, which is like the worst. When I feel cramped like that, I feel like not a lot of innovation is gonna happen because I'm super stressed about it. But anyways, also it doesn't get mixed as well, like I still need to season it. But let's just say we'll salt at the end to taste. Oh wow, I put way too much water in there, huh? Okay, well, what else? We have mirin, just a little bit of alcohol, but we don't really want it yet, I think. I should have used a separate pot for this. Like a second pot. Try this. If I put all the rice together and transfer all that to a new pot. Ooh, that's quite a bit of liquid. So I'm going to burn off the alcohol. Okay, good. We're getting a nice sizzle, a nice stew. We are happy about this. Great. Make sure that cinnamon's deep down. And as always, taste as we go. So let's get some, find out what's actually happening in there. Because honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I have no idea what this is gonna taste like. But it actually looks like we have this broth. It kind of looks like a fucking ramen style broth. Oh my god, it's so sweet and good. Oh my god. Mmm. Wow. Okay. Hey, we didn't fuck it up. We didn't fuck it up. What do you know? Alright, so here are the olives and jalapenos. We're gonna put those in. And we'll go ahead and mix them in there. Okay. Gotta use this handle. Only problem is it's hard to mix because, you know, you probably only should have put half the onions in there. Our mushrooms are probably not as good as they could have been, but this seems awesome. So, now, let's get some booze in here. Okay. And soy sauce. Great. Then I'm going to add something with a little bit of acid. This is sliced banana pepper ring. All right. So that is most of the experimentation we wanted to do. The only thing remaining is the spinach and the cucumbers. And I think for the cucumbers, we'll top it off with that, and the spinach we'll put in. Actually, maybe we should put the spinach in now because it looks like it is wilting and boiling. So that's the moment. Okay, spinach usually I don't wash because it's, you know, if it says like tripled washed, then I don't wash it. Okay. Yeah, my only problem is that my pot is too full. God, I'm gonna have so much fun eating this. Maybe I bring some people over, they eat it. Like, it ends up being this good. Like, good enough to, like, share. I really think the nuts would have been fun. Talk about walnuts. Where did my cashews go? I'm almost sure. I keep forgetting to pick this up with the towel. Okay, so now we have what is basically our flavor profile established. We are boiling with this stuff. Let's throw this in with the rice. No, I'm not throwing it in with the rice. I'm gonna throw it in with this. Oh yeah, that looks so good. All right, I'm gonna throw another handful of spinach in there because it's already a little wilted. And it doesn't take a lot of volume. And it's delicious. Oh my god, it smells so fucking good. Alright, now I'm gonna lower the heat. Everything is plenty cooked in there. And actually, I think it's time to fucking eat, huh? Let's try it. Let's effing try it. Alright. Here's my spinach. I'm not labeling it. Oops. Here are the olives, the jalapeno slices, and I didn't put them down for a second. Let's see how it changed with the mirin and soy sauce. See if we need it. Oh my god, it smells so good. Wow. Okay, the onions have wilted. The carrots are still good chunks. The green beans look like they're good chunks. We have a nice amount of liquid here. Yeah, putting in that cup of water, which like I did to steam the vegetables, and then like it didn't really end up happening like that. Ended up making this kind of perfect. Because the flavor is still diluted amongst like the oil. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna try it now. Let's see what this sauce is like. Please don't be bad. It's great. You can use salt. Nice spicy after. Two pinches of salt in there. Let's mix it. Yeah, baby, that's a stir fry. I mean, not really. It's more like a stew because, you know? Okay, I want to take a picture of this and send it to somebody because we had talked about stews, but then I have to use my phone, which is busy recording me right now. So, the sauce is good. Well, let's check the salt again. Yep, better. Perfect. All right, now let's check the vegetables. Honestly, there's not much to check with the vegetables. I'm sure they're all fine. Like, probably overcooked a little bit, but you know, like that. Okay. Go ahead and turn this on, actually. I think we're happy. Somehow the mushrooms remain firm. Fuck. Yo fam, we did it. That shit is fire. Holy shit, it is fire. So now, rice, stir fried. We'll put the cucumbers on top. Oh my gosh! And the green onions. In fact, I don't even want the green onion flavor to be in there so much. We already have two different types of onions plus garlic, right? But each one of them will still be fresh, tasty, clean, and really perfect, I think. Kind of point to the saltiness of the, like, salty and richness of the sauce. Oh man, this is killer. Those cranberries too, I think they like just, like, caramelized. Oh, the onions probably caramelized a little bit. Yeah, they are looking a little caramel. Wow. What a totally wonderful accent. Okay. So, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna make a bowl now. So what I can do, so this is what happened. All right, we just spent 2 hours making this thing. It's only an hour and 35, but yeah, we spent 2 hours making this thing. Now, I have 5 of these. These are meal prep containers, airtight meal prep containers. Basically, just put rice on one side, all the veggies on the other side, and then I have one for each day. So on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have lunch. Maybe even dinner, depending on, like, I could eat it as dinner or, you know, lunch or whatever. But either way, I have maybe 5 or 6 meals out of this for 2 hours, and it was fun, and it is fresh, and yeah. So, I'm gonna go ahead and make a container just so, you know, we get the idea. So, here, this is my like toasted rice. I did this rice a little bit differently. And then, really nice. It is really buttery. The butter actually does help. Okay, cool. The butter thing is real. Then, where's my slotty spoon? Right here. Problem is, I never know where to put these. Oh, that's right. I got a thing exactly for this purpose. To, like, you know, put the hot stuff down on it. So I don't have issues. Alright, let's expand a little bit. Where is this supposed to go? Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, look at that. That is basically all fresh vegetables. No, I thought there's not a lot of carrot in that one, so I'm gonna put a little carrot in there. Yes. Beauty. And then let's add some sauce. Great. You remember these bad boys? Cool. And then I put this out and I let it cool, and then I put it in the fridge. Oh. We're not done yet. Et voila! Lunch. Monday lunch. Let's do one for us now. Okay, our rice looks beautiful. It has absorbed the rest of the water, which will make it soft. Soft and delicious. So we are very happy about that. Nice scoop of rice here. Then let's layer on some good ass vegetables. Yeah, baby. Okay, let's get some sauce going. And let's top it with a few of these fucking candied, deep fried whole garlic. And then some fucking, put this on one side, like it's like pho or something, you know? presentation points. And voila, I'm gonna eat this now. Okay, obviously now that we've presented it, I'm gonna mix it up. Now we have the sauce, the vegetables, the rice. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so good. I don't even think I need, there are no changes. The garlic, the ginger, and the red pepper. Remember how I actually dumped a ton of red pepper at first? It actually is the perfect amount. Oh my god, it's so good. Fuck. I'm gonna eat all of this. Wow. Okay, so now cleanup protocol. Let's get it done nice and quick. And then we're out of here. First up, everything that needs to go in the fridge goes back in the fridge. Shoyu sauce. Here. That's sure stuff. Put it away for now. This needs to be washed. This needs to be washed. Wash. This is a starch container lid on. Great. Great. Okay. We have 2 garlic, 2 pieces of garlic, 2 shallots. We're gonna put this off to the side. Oh my god, I forgot. Actually, you're gonna eat this one today. But I did forget a little something. Okay, well, it would have been way better if we'd done during the presentation stage, but there is a quarter cup avocado. Yo, I could straight up sell that easy peasy. No chance people wouldn't want to eat that. But I would also buy it. So, that's why I'm eating it. Alright, now, cleanup steps. All the glassware gets rinsed and goes in the dishwasher. All the plasticware gets hand cleaned and then cleaned there. My colander, the mandolin, etc. The measuring cups. Knives get cleaned immediately. Sorry, we're back here. Knives get cleaned right away. Always take care of your knives. They are your workhorses. Clean them by hand. And then dry them immediately. Never put your knives in the dishwasher because we are not fucking savages over here. They heat and cause the metal to become slightly more malleable. That leads to either it's becoming duller over time and can lead it to get chips or bumps or dullness from knocking into other things. So that's why we don't put knives in the dishwasher. Heat is not good for a delicate honed metal edge. Ooh, look at these carrots. I'm just gonna eat these. Hand wash. Anything with a blade. Hand wash. Alright. Now, gonna finish scooping the rest of it, load the dishwasher, and eat and then relax. You don't have to cook for the next 6 days. Just kidding, I'm probably gonna cook every single day anyways. That's me. I can move this stuff over here if you want to see it. Do you? Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. That's what it's like to film videos by yourself. Wow, I'm so glad I don't have neighbors who can hear me. But to be honest, who gives a fuck if I did? They just be like, oh, another crazy in New York? I've never heard of that before. Alright. Oops, I put it in the wrong side. Alright, well that's a low vegetable day. I'm gonna leave this in and stick in there. Even though I shouldn't, I always hate finding it there later. Alright. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Let's get some sauce here. Boom. Some sauce here. Boom. I guess this is only for 2 days. That's good on later meals. Okay. Et voila. Right, I do have another portion of rice left, and I'm just going to put that in the left container. Because anything that I don't eat today, I'll just put it. Okay, so now, the important thing here is that we've separated them out into containers, which has increased the surface area overall, and that means it's going to cool faster. Now, you can't put hot things in the fridge. I don't know if you guys know that, but it is a thing. Basically it causes that area of your fridge to get hot and everything around it to get, basically to go bad, because it's really hard to like keep an entire fridge at even temperature. So you can't put hot things in the fridge, you have to let them cool first. But you're like, hey man, I just made this food, am I gonna let it sit in the stove for a while, but I have to like figure out like what to do with it? The answer is yes. But if you put it in containers, they will be way less. It'll take way less long, and it's way easier to fit in the fridge, and all sorts of benefits. Now I would like probably layer this like more nicely in a different scenario, but who cares? Should I put the cucumbers in there? Yeah, I guess so. Friday deserves cucumbers, even if, you know, don't get vegetables. Amazing. Cool. So, I could easily just like apportion out some of the vegetables into there, and then we could have a full extra day, which like I'm going to do just because I feel bad. But yeah. So, notice, I could have literally just done more. I could have got a bigger pot and done more food. And then, bam. You know? Bam. That's good, that's good. Let's measure this in my plate. Great. And so, that's what we made. I guess I will show it to you all done. Beautiful, right? and empty, empty. And this is the thing. And look at that. We still have some wine to drink with our avocado cucumber rice bowl. And it tastes really good. All right, thank you for staying with us today on this episode of Cook with Russ. We'll talk to you later. And actually, this was just a video for my sister to show her how fun cooking can be. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.